Okay, over to you, Q&D team. Let's do the open session, please.
Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you so much, Queen Dr. Pat. Thank you. I really want to thank Queen Julie for everything. Thank you for the mindset. It's very important to all of us. I will say astonishing mindset. When it comes to our presenter for today, I will say extraordinary presentation. We appreciate you, Mr. Michael Williams Ames. Thank you so much for coming. Now, at this moment, I know it's myself and Queen Kanla that we will be asking questions or getting questions from the chat. If you guys, I'm talking about my brand ambassadors, queens and kings, if you all have any question, could you please raise your hands electronically or write your question on the chat? Myself and Queen Kanla will be able to proceed with this. Thank you.
Queen Kanla and Queen Benny, can I go?
Oh.
Sorry, I don't have a hand. I'm trying to.
Please, could you please proceed with your own question before I come, Engineer Mike, please.
Okay, maybe this is a time that we want to see each other. Let me change the view. Okay, Brother Micah, thank you. Thank you again. Thank you, family. Thank you, children, everybody, for giving us again another opportunity for you to come and wire our brains. As Queen Kanla said, every time you come in here, we learn new things. And that mindset just set the way for this fire chat. And I was just here thinking of all the answers you're giving. And I just hope that folks paid attention, because if not, people will not keep writing me and say, I don't see my old coins anymore. A lot of people say, but I saw old coin. I activated my old, even after the CEO showed up, I had a couple of people say, but I don't see any money in my wallet, any old coins in my wallet. So I hope we are paying attention to know that this is a brick and mortar company. We are a real business. We're not a funny company. We will have to make a sell to make a profit, to make a commission. So thank you again for really instilling that in our brains. And now, please, this is the time for you to really ask your question, share your concern, anything you want, because we have this opportunity for somebody that has done business, not only online. He's worked from corporate to run his own business. So he not only on passive, so he has a wealth of knowledge. So this is a time, please, don't leave and write to Dr. Patience and be asking me questions that we can have it here. All of us can discuss it. If you do not make any sale, there will be no old coins in your old wallet if you've done your purchase. Please, we have to sell something to make something. Dr. Derek said, even selling ourselves. So thank you, Brother Michael, for really, really emphasizing that. Right? Buy traffic. The more traffic you send somewhere, somebody. You were saying something, I was there laughing. I don't like to go to the market, supermarket, or even just go shopping. Because when I go shopping, I start going to what supposedly, I put in quotes, if you can see my quote, sales section. I went in with I did not want to buy anything, right? I try to brace myself like somebody that is very disciplined. But trust me, by the time I get out, after I spend $200 for something I went not to spend anything. Or sometimes I go to just buy salt. By the time I leave, I have a grocery full of shopping because I went there and there's some deal here and deal here. That is just human nature. The more traffic, somebody will buy something. So when you were saying that, I'm like, every time you come to this platform, do you really know something I do? Because it just be one or two of my habits. And I'm laughing because I bless myself like somebody that information doesn't affect, somebody that will not get out of my plan. But trust me, it happens so many times that I'll go to buy one item, I come back with 10 or 20. So OnPassive is going to drive traffic, and trust me, out of the millions of traffic that will be coming to your domain, somebody will get something. So thank you, Brother Michael, for keep instilling that. And thank you for Sister Debbie said that you hold our hands. You really truly do. There will be times I'm like, then I'll just get that message that you sent out. I don't know if you read his messages. And please, when you read his message, read in between the lines. Then I'll just feel encouraged. And I just go and I have a peaceful sleep because I know my millions are coming. Thank you again for spending the afternoon with us. Please ask your question. Don't be shy. Our brother has been our brother here. He's very down to earth, a simple man that will break it for us the way we can understand. Over to you, Dr. Benny
Sure.
and Scanlon.
We do have Mr. Michael Ojontambia. Could you please unmute yourself and ask your question? Or if you have any comment, proceed, please.
Thank you, everybody. Happy Sunday to everyone. I start by Julie Pierre. I don't know, sometimes you get up in the morning to log into webinars and people get you more confused and excited and raise my sugar level every day. People should stop doing that to us, okay? So, Julie, that was a good one. I want to appreciate you for all you're doing. I'm so proud of you now. I can have a fight with you now, right? So, good job. And you can see all the lights shining now, right? Christmas lights. Good
Thank
job.
you, Engineer Mike. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Good job. So for the dream team organizers, Mama Debbie, wow, good to see you again. I've not seen you like for 3 years. You see, that's not fair. It was nice to congregate with you guys again today. Mama Kanla is even in Canada. She's far in Ottawa. We cannot see though. We'll make it another time. Good job, my sister, Dr. Benny. You know, I'll always fight for you every day, right? Thank you, ladies. Dr. Derek, thank you for the updates with Mama Kanla. That was a thrilling one. And it's because of these updates that we invited our big brother to come here today to tell us, really break it down to us. Let's understand what is going on. So in the ONPASSIVE world, we'll say if it's all about you, your business, and yourself. You need to know your business. If you don't know your business, how come? Or how do you think you will progress? How do you think you will get a growth? You can get no growth if you just sit there and you don't attend webinars to really know these things, right? My sister, Dr. Pat, will tell you that, hey, you know what? I cannot even sell, is it water to the Eskimos or something? She cannot sell like a fridge to the Eskimos. That is 90% of us all here. We've never done this kind of great marketing, done this kind of great business before, and we don't ever know how to market. So when these specialists, they've done this thing for so many years online, right? They come here to educate us on what to do next. We should just come here and pay attention to what they say, right? They just give us the lessons about targeted traffic. Every day we see targeted traffic. He has given us lessons about Catmo and all of that. My question to us all sitting here is, are we ready? Okay, are we ready for this business? Julie asked that question to us. Are you ready? When that time comes, they have given us the tools. Will you be able to use those tools? If I take you tomorrow and I say, okay, let's go to my OES and I log in and I show you my revenue, will comparisonly, will you be jealous of what you will see in my account? Will you be jealous of why you are not getting that? Now is the time. When they give us these lessons, we should learn them so that we can be using them when as we go forward. Oh, I can see my big sis, Auntie Mary Penny. I didn't see you before. How are you? So, we should take this time to learn, right? Like I'll tell you again, I will be somewhere in St. Lucia with Dr. Pat enjoying. I don't want to hear you call my phone and say, "Oh, I want to learn this." That time I'll tell you go to YouTube channels because we've done a lot of this. But it's now to come here and learn. Do you think that I know everything? Not at all. People say, send me message. Oh, yeah, a smart guy here. Oh, yeah, I'm smart, but I'm not smart in everything. I learn. Every webinar I go, I have you see, I have notes. This is my diary. I have notes that I take down. So if we cannot be practicing that, and how do you think somebody will be able, or how will you progress in your business? Because this thing is this. Our big brother have always told us, ONPASSIVE is a subscription-based business. Very clear. Being a subscription-based business, what does that mean? It means that you must subscribe to products before you can make an income from those products after the sales, right? He has told us your targeted traffic is your money-making machine, and our CEO will give us that. Now, but how are you prepared? Do you have those finances to buy those products to put in your shop? Because, for instance, if you don't open your shop, right, it means that if you don't pay your subscription, it means that your shop is closed. So it means that you don't open your shop, right? You can go to your shop. Let's say, let me put a real well example. And with Dr. Pat, Dr. Pat she's somewhere in New Jersey. Let's say she's in 12th Avenue in New Jersey. She has this shop, okay? And the name of her shop is Dr. Pat's Fashion. Now, I passed by Dr. Pat's Fashion and I saw 3 suits. Very eloquent, the design is killing me. And if I go to inside of Dr. Pat's shop, it means I'm targeted traffic. I saw it, so I want to go and see what is inside. When I go there, I'd also discover some Italian belts and Italian shoes and good French perfume, fragrance. I want to buy some. Now, when I buy it, I'll make a purchase. Let's say a purchase for $100. Let's just give it a value of $100, and I go out of that shop. Now, I will send you. I'll be like, "Oh, Mama Kanla, I saw this thing, this stuff from Dr. Pat's Fashion. Can you visit it and also see it? If you're telling me, oh, I need some suit to go for some party or stuff, I say, go visit Dr. Pat's Fashion. Now, when you go to Dr. Pat's Fashion, it is closed. What will happen? You will definitely look for an alternative right there at that 12th Avenue or Google it or whatever, because every shop now, most things are being done online, right? So they have online presence so that it's easy for people to do purchases and all of that. So if you go to Dr. Pat's Fashion and it is locked, you will come back outside. And what will happen? She will not have that sale, right? So it means that her shop is closed. So in order for Dr. Pat to make sales, she needs to open that shop, which is implying that in ONPASSIVE, if you don't pay for those products to open your shop will be closed, because ONPASSIVE is a subscription-based business. So my question again is, are we ready to take this baton of command with all what our CEO is giving us? Are we ready or not? So I raise my case, big bro. Thank you very much for all you do for us. And our leaders here, all the ONPASSIVE Dream Team right here. I want to thank you, everybody, for these sessions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Engineer Mike. We appreciate your comment. We thank you for coming here. Thank you. Queen Carla, I noticed that a lot of our queens and kings here, they have not raised their hands up. They do not have any question on the chat. At this moment, first, I want to really thank our Heavenly Father for bringing all of us today. I do. See what our Mr. Michael Williams has done to all of us. We want to really thank God for everything. Sending somebody to all of us, our visionary who decided to share his vision to you and I. Yes, he has done that. Thank you, Mr. Ashmafera. And thank you for bringing Mr. Michael Williams to all of us. Thank you, Mr. Michael Williams. Queen Carla, I want to hand it over to you. Please proceed.
Okay, at this time, we do not have any questions in the chat. So that means it was that good. We are still just taking it in. It may take a little longer, or it may take maybe the entire week, but I think we need it.
Or we can just go home.
Oh, we can just go.
Yeah. Well, you spoke too fast. You spoke too fast, Brother Michael. But Alan G's hand is up. I was going to clap as well. Oh, boy.
All right, Brother LMG, please proceed.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I've always had a question. It's been on my mind for a while. How do we get? We know we get commissions from the sales. From our first line, we get commissions, or when they sign in. But how do we get commissions from the people they sign in as joining ONPASSIVE?
Okay, so what we have to understand is that we have to pay attention to what we know. What we know is that when we get our first sale, we know what that commission is. It's 100% commission. Okay, so if the person paid $143, for example, for OConnect, then we receive that 100% commission, and any sales thereafter that were received, we know that it was 25% commission. Okay, that is what we know. So that is all that we're focused on right now. If when there's more information to come, that will be delivered to us. But until that point, all we know is what happens when we make a direct sale. Okay, and so that's all we're going to talk about. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, fine, thanks. This something's been bugging me for a while.
Sure.
I thought I may ask.
Yeah, it's we only know a little piece of the information as far as
commission. Yeah, I know that. I thought maybe you may have your own idea of what will happen. How it's going to work.
Yeah, so we'll just wait and see what further developments will be there. There's many ways the company can compensate us. Okay, the bottom line is that as sales come in, the company is going to share the revenue with us, and so we just have to wait to see how all of that plays out, right? But for now, we just focus on what we do know, okay? Because that's facts, right?
Okay, not a problem. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Brother LMG, for that question. We appreciate you. All right, Queen Sister Debbie, if you can round up or go ahead, proceed so we can say thank you to our brother Michael as we prepare to transition.
Before I let him go, I'm just going to...
Dr. P doesn't want to let you go so early, bro, Michael.
I'm letting him go early.
Laundry's waiting.
Yes,
Laundry's waiting.
I'm letting him go early, but I just want him to just give us a sweet take-home message. You know, you said a lot of things. Can you just give us like a take-home message, your closing remarks? So let's stick with us as we're living today. Thank you. So
hold on.
There's a question?
It's not a question, but I just wanted to say, I want to thank him, Mr. Michael Williams. And when I asked him this question, how is ONPASSIVE dominating the internet and digital world? He made us to understand that ONPASSIVE is not dominating the internet at the moment. That we just have to wait until, I believe, when we sell all our products, hopefully, I hope I'm correct, before we can say that ONPASSIVE is dominating the internet. Correct, Mr. Michael?
Yes, it wouldn't be wise to say that we're dominating, because we have to show us the evidence that we're dominating, okay? And so while we have a large presence, right? We have a large presence, absolutely. When we look at, our blogs, all the great information that's there, the wonderful websites that we've seen from the company, all the various brand ambassadors that have made posts all over the internet, etc., or corporate YouTube channels and all the other social media channels, right? All of that, yes. But as to say that we're dominating the internet, for me, that would mean that we have a lot of customers, hundreds of millions of customers, online. Then we can say that, yeah, when we look at Facebook and we look at their, the amount of account holders they have, for example, right, over 3 billion. When you combine, WhatsApp, Instagram, etc., right? So when we look at the amount of people that's on the internet right now, it's over 5 billion and growing. But so for us to have access to all these individuals, meaning that they have a free account with us, they're using our products, we're just everywhere from that standpoint. That's when I'll say that we're dominating the internet. And I honestly believe that once we roll out, our full suite of products, once everything starts to flow, as in payment processors working the way it should, our data center, is going to play a very important role in that. Commissions are flowing as they should. Sales are being generated. All these things. To me, that's going to be domination, because we're going to be in so many different areas, right? Can people buy a domain name from us right now from ONPASSIVE? No, they cannot, right? But they will be able to, right? Can people use our Academy platform? No, not right now, but they will be. You understand? So as these products come online and people are starting to use it, and then we can say that, yes, we have a full suite of products powered by ONPASSIVE that people are purchasing. Absolutely. Then we can say that ONPASSIVE is dominating the internet.
Thank you. I have Queen Dr. Nadu. Could you please unmute yourself and ask your question or share your comment? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister Benny. Thank you, everyone, for the great job, especially my brother Michael. I was very hesitant asking my question because I was thinking that it might be personal. So I'm in the fashion industry, and I was thinking, when you have a company like ONPASSIVE who gotta give you a platform, you cannot put your own stuff in that platform. So how can ONPASSIVE platform help me to grow my fashion business? Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So ONPASSIVE will be able to help any and every business that is out there. Okay. When you take a look at the products that ONPASSIVE will offer, then you as a business owner can see what products will be relevant for your particular business. For example, you want to have an internet presence. So in order to do that, you need a domain name. So you can purchase a domain name from ONPASSIVE, and you can use OCreate, etc., to be able to build that website with your information, as in your business, whatever it is that you're offering, whatever it is that you're promoting, you'll be able to do so. Maybe you have an existing presence right now on the internet, so you need traffic. You can purchase traffic from ONPASSIVE, and that traffic will provide targeted visitors to your business platform, okay, etc. So ONPASSIVE is not just for building ONPASSIVE as a business, but ONPASSIVE is creating and producing tools and products that other companies will use in order to build their business. Okay, so you'll be able to use ONPASSIVE to grow your business. Absolutely.
Thank you very much. If anything, I will get back to you. Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Nadu, for your question, and we really appreciate our presenter for answering the question, making you happy. I mean, he's always making us happy, so we appreciate Mr. Michael Ames for coming here. Dr. Pat, could you please proceed?
All right. So we need that take-home message, but Michael, sorry, I'm putting you back on the spot. I need something that I'll use till you come next month. It's playing in my head. I keep playing like a record, you know. Thank you. If you can just give us that take-off message. A lot of people, see Joseph hand is up. Are you just waking up? Okay, but Joseph, ask your question, please. Right, Joseph, go ahead and ask your question. Okay, once Brother Michael gives his closing remark, that will be it. Brother Joseph, unmute yourself. The mic is yours.
Maybe it was an accident.
Yeah, I think they are muted or probably having a delayed the mic opening.
Sometimes the mic do that. All right, Brother Joseph, if you can unmute yourself, type your question in the chat, we'll read it. I know you will not, you purposely are here all the time. Okay, we'll give you 2 seconds, see what you type in the chat. If not, we're going to wrap it up. I know he is somebody that's always here, Brother Michael, so that's why. Okay, so Brother Mike, as I said, I need something to have it for this month. I need my monthly dose. Sorry about that. And I bet everybody, they're shy. They don't want to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm not that shy. Everybody's waiting for that monthly dose. You know, everybody, a lot of people, let me tell you what the vibe is. And maybe that's your closing remark will help us with that. A lot of people, what they heard our CEO said is that in a couple of days, okay? And people are counting days. And I know that businesses don't work like that. If I remember our accounting, some companies have 30 days payroll, some have 60 days payroll, some have 90 days payroll, and people don't get that concept. And when they hear, oh, it's a couple of days, we'll have the money in bank account, we'll start paying our commission, I'm telling you, people are already spending the money. Okay. Thank God for the wisdom that you've been giving me. I would have been one of those ones already spending money that I don't have. So if you can give us a take-home message, so let's grant ourselves. I know that ONPASSIVE is happening, but we should be granted. Thank you, Brother Michael.
Sure. I mean, you know, when our CEO mentioned, you know, having 50 things that needed taken care of, and then, you know, we're down to 3 things, and, you know, again, he didn't mean, you know, 50 as in that number 50, right? The point was that, you know, all the things that we have to take care of, we have to sort out, you know, there's just a handful was left, you know, a few percentage, right? If we take the whole as 100%, so there's 100% of stuff, right, that needs to be done, right? He basically said, okay, we've done so much that there's literally like 5%, 6% left to go, right? And then he came back and said that, okay, that 5 or 6%, that small amount, those 3 things, right? And again, not speaking to specific number as in 3, as in that fixed number, just to put the idea out there that there's just a handful of things, and those handful of things are now completed. So now we wait for the process to now move from there to where we see things start to flow. But no one should be, you know, counting the day to say, okay, well, you said 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever. It's been 5 days now. What happened? You know, that's not it, folks. You know, we have to understand. And people keep setting themselves up, with this expectation, right? There's no need for that. Just like people say that, oh, we've launched a year ago, 2 years ago, blah, blah. Okay, that's just nonsense. We just have to, focus on the journey. All the good things that we're looking for, is going to happen. Like, there's no doubt about that. If we understand business, and I think if every one of us has been in ONPASSIVE long enough now to understand business. Okay, no one joined ONPASSIVE, a week ago, right? As far as the early bird adapters, brand ambassadors, founders, etc. Right? We didn't just wake up and jump into ONPASSIVE yesterday, so we have no clue what ONPASSIVE is. All of us should understand the business, right? And based upon that, we should realize that it's just a matter of waiting. It's called time. It's not if things are going to happen, maybe things are going to happen. Things are going to happen, right? There's no doubt about that, okay? So we just have to let the process, take its course. And time reveals everything, folks, right? Time reveals everything, okay? So we're in great shape. We're in great shape. There's no doubt about that. And this is not hype. This is not lip service. This is not trying to, get you excited about something. There's no need for that, right? Speak the truth, put the facts out there. And that's what we stand by, and that's what we live by. And that's exactly what's going to happen for ONPASSIVE. So going back to what I said at the very beginning, helping us to understand the true business potential of ONPASSIVE, your ONPASSIVE business potential, right? We have to, remind ourselves of what Warren Buffett said, and that is, if you don't find a way to make money, while you sleep, right, you will work until you die. In other words, you can't just depend upon you exchanging your time for money. If that's what you're dependent upon, right, you're going to work yourself to death. Okay. That's what that quote means, right? You have to find some other way. You have to be able to make money, right, without exchanging your time for it. And that's legit, folks. That's a legitimate way. Like, if I invest money into a stock, I buy a stock, okay, am I working in order for that stock to provide me with rewards? No, right? Not at all, right? So, that's what he's talking about, finding ways and means. You know what I mean? If I have a real estate property and it's a rental property, right? So it's my property's tenanted. I'm generating rental income every month. Am I working, exchanging my time in order to make that rental income? Absolutely not, right? And so he's saying, folks, you need to find ways and means to be able to generate money outside, right? Outside of you actually having to work for it, because you working for it is not going to cut it, right? And so people should know this by now, right? They really should. I would encourage our children that, yes, get that university degree, go do your thing, but you need to find a way outside of that as well in order to be able to generate income, so that A, you may be able to retire early. B, whenever you do retire, you're going to have a significant amount of savings. If you want to be able to purchase a home, buy a car, you will expedite, you'll speed up that process, right? Instead of taking 10 years to save for a home, you may be able to do it in a few years, right? Simply because you're not just dependent upon you exchanging your time for money. So when we look at ONPASSIVE, we see, well, that's exactly what we have, right? The bottom line is that ONPASSIVE is designed so that you can run a business completely on automation, right? And what do we mean by that? Okay, the creation of the products, the advertising, the marketing, the branding, right? To be able to generate leads, generate customers, the customer support aspect of it, right? And not just for your ONPASSIVE business, but any business that you may have, right? That's the whole point, folks. And that's how you can see that you'll be able to generate revenue or generate income without you actually having to exchange 5 hours, 10 hours a day, week after week, month after month, in order to be able to generate an income stream, okay? because that's what you're really going to need if you want to uplift humanity, if you want to be able to help people in your community, if you want to be able to help people around the globe. You need to have ways and means outside of you actually working for it. Okay. And so when we look at that, who would want such a business? Who would want ONPASSIVE? And folks, ONPASSIVE is for everyone, everywhere. Whether you're a dentist, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a doctor, an accountant, whether you're a church organization, a mosque, university students. You could be a distributor for a company. You could be a sales agent. Stock investor, real estate investor. It's for everyone, folks. Email marketer, somebody who's an MLM, somebody who's in affiliate marketing. It doesn't matter. Crypto traders, Forex traders, stock traders, whatever. ONPASSIVE is for everyone, everywhere. And so we have to understand that, right? And so when we fully grasp that part of it, then the next thing is to see, well, okay, then what is the market potential? Right. And for years, we've talked about, Academy, what's the market cap for that? Wallet, having digital wallets, web hosting, generating traffic. So website visitors, right? Human resource management systems, video conferencing, meeting platforms, all these things, folks, right? When we throw in, buying the domain name, when you're using AI as in chatbots, to support your customers, data, to be able to analyze data, right? So be able to track your visitors, okay? To be able to build a website, all these things, folks, right? When you add that all up in ONPASSIVE, that's over $400 billion market potential. That is massive, right? That is really, really massive. And guess what? All of that potential has to come through us as Hurley Bird adapters, us as brand ambassadors, founding members, etc. It all has to come through us. So what does that mean for you? What does it mean for me? Residual or monthly income for life, right? So we have to be able to go from A to B to C, all the dots together, and we quickly sum all of that up by using the acronym CAPMO, right? It's really that simple, folks. If we remember the C, remember the A, remember the T, remember the MO, then we fully understand how all of this makes sense, right? Because once that is in place, then you start thinking about, well, how many customers, do you think is possible, right? So putting that into place for a year, at the end of that year, so meaning, let's say today we have CAPMO, we have everything in place, right, as we should have. A year from then, right? How many customers is possible, right? What is possible? What is a reasonable expectation for commissions from a sale of one of our products? Okay, we understand OConnect. We know the potential there as far as what can be derived, right? What we can generate as far as commissions. We understand that. We can put that into practice. We can use that as an example, right? Because as I said before, how in the world can we generate wealth if all we're talking about is making a couple $100s a month? If all ONPASSIVE could provide me is a couple $100s a month, I would not be in ONPASSIVE, to be honest with you. Okay, I'm just telling you the truth, right? Because there's no way that I can uplift humanity with $200 a month, $300 a month. I just couldn't, because that alone can't even help myself. Right? I can't help myself with that, folks. It takes a significant more than that just to help myself and my family, never mind to now extend it out to the community and around the globe. So I think that we that are in ONPASSIVE, yeah, we have to be thankful. We have to think. We have to use the brain that God has given us, right? We should, not be influenced by negative opinions, right? We have to be courageous. We have to be able to follow, our heart, right? Tomorrow isn't promised for anyone, right? It just isn't. So what should we do then? We should go for it. Stay hungry for success, right? And if it means that we remain foolish in our pursuit for our dreams, then so be it, right? This is what people have to understand, right? It doesn't matter what somebody else thinks. It doesn't matter about somebody else's opinion. What matters is what I think. What matters is my opinion, right? I care about what I have to say about ONPASSIVE. I don't care what Tom or Susie or John or Fred or Mary has to say about it. I don't care, right? I use my own brain that God has given me. I look at all that's in front of me and I decide for myself what makes sense. And it makes sense that a company can create products, right? This is not something that's new. Companies have created products, okay? Company can create products. I understand that in order for me to sell those products, I have to have visitors, I have to have people, I have to have traffic. I understand that. That perfectly makes sense, right? But how can I do it in such a way that it doesn't depend upon my skill? How can I do it in such a way that I don't have to be a marketer? How can I do it in such a way that I don't have to be an expert? And that's what ONPASSIVE is telling us, saying that you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be tech savvy, okay? You don't have to be a professional marketer. You don't have to know anything about branding. Why? Right? Why? Because the company is doing all of that for us, right? So it's not that work isn't being done. It's that I don't have to exchange my time. I don't have to be the one working 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, month out. I don't have to be the one doing all of that because it all can be automated, folks, right? We just have to get that, right? And so when someone comes to you and tell you nonsense, you just tell them to stop. You just ignore them, right? Because it makes 100% sense. This is not somebody telling you, hey, guess what? You can make 100% a day in the markets. You understand me? That's not what this is, right? This is about creating products, okay, that has value. It's not just any product, okay? There's to be value to it. People have to want it. There has to be a demand for it, okay? And right now, we know that there's people going online and they're buying domain names, right? I've bought a few, right? So I know people are buying it. You understand? So it's not somebody telling me nonsense, right? Okay, what about traffic? I've bought traffic online. You understand me? So I know it's possible to buy traffic, right? There's good traffic, there's bad traffic. You have to be able to, kind of sift through, right? Because there's a lot of nonsense out there. There's a lot of people going to take your money telling you they're giving you traffic and it's not giving you real traffic. There's a lot of that stuff. You understand? So you now have to know how, right, to navigate that space. But ONPASSIVE says, we got you. You don't have to know all of that. We're going to provide it. All you got to do is just purchase it. And hey, so now you take the traffic and you send the traffic to your site, right? People go, people see, you're able to capture people's information so that you can follow up with them on a regular basis without you actually have to do the following up. Think about this. You have a business, okay? Let's say you're selling insurance. Somebody refers someone to you, say, hey, there's this family, young family, blah, blah, blah. They need some insurance, etc. Okay, you go and you talk to them and it says, yeah, well, we're not really in the market right now. We're not really interested right now. And you say, okay, you know what? I'll follow up with you, maybe 6 months from now. Maybe things will change. You understand? Maybe of a newborn child or, things will change, jobs, whatever. You understand? So now you have to physically follow up with that person, right? And if you go back 6 months from them, maybe they say, no, we're not really, we thought about it and we think we're okay for now. You understand? Okay, no problem. I'll follow up with you another 6 months. You understand? So you have to physically do that tedious work of following up. Guess what? With ONPASSIVE business, with our products, we can follow up with people through using technology, okay, automatically. So if I want to follow up with that person, every single day for 365, I can automate that. I can send an email to them every single day for 365 days without me doing anything at all. You understand? Once I start the process, you understand? Then the system kicks in and the automation kicks in and I'm able to follow up every single day if that's what I want. If I want to follow up once a week, if I want to follow up once a month, if I want to follow up every 3 months, I can automate all of that, folks. So that means while I'm out with my family, my system is constantly working, sending out messages to people. You understand? It is It makes sense. And this is what I mean when I'm saying I'm using my God-given brain to analyze the model that ONPASSIVE says it has, to analyze it for myself, and I'm able to see that this thing makes so much sense. Wow, this is fantastic. This is exactly what I need, because I don't want to be following with people every single day. Going to make some phone calls. You know what I mean? Tomorrow, some more phone calls, and next day, send out emails today, send out emails. I don't want, that's tedious, folks. You understand me? Doing the same over and over again. We can automate that, right? And that's what ONPASSIVE is saying, that guys, we can create the products from scratch so that we know that we're going to offer something of value to people, not ripping off people by giving them expensive stuff that probably don't even work, right? No, give them something that is real, that is going to work, is going to help them, okay? And guess what? For the sales process to occur, we can automate it, right? So work is being done, just not done by you. Let the software do the work. Let the technology do the work. You understand? Are you the one actually driving your car? Meaning, is it your feet? You know, you're inside the car and your feet's on the ground and you're and your car is going? No. Okay, that's what you see when you watch the Flintstones. For any of you who remember that TV show, The Flintstones, right? All right, you understand? When Fred would get into his car and his feet is the one that's making the car move. No, you just get in there because what? Automation. Okay, they create engines and all this fancy stuff inside your car. You just press a button and the car goes. You're just keeping it where it's supposed to be, staying in your lane. That's all you're really doing, right? You're not the one that's actually driving the car, right? So the point is, we can use technology to make our lives simpler. You understand, folks? Right? Remember when you had to get up and go turn that TV channel? Every time you wanted to change a channel, you had to get up and go to the TV and change a channel. Okay, they made our lives simpler, probably made us, a little bit too lazy, but that's okay. It made our lives simpler. Now you have a remote. You just sit there with the remote and you just press a button and channel changes. You understand, folks? And the list goes on and on and on and on. Our technology can make our lives simpler. Think of, a light inside your home. You just press a switch, light comes on. You don't have to go find that kerosene lamp and put the kerosene in and find something to light it. And we don't need to do that. You just press a button, light comes on. You can have your light on timer where you don't have to even touch anything. It's automated, where the lights know to come on every single night or whatever at a certain time. You understand? You can automate it, folks. Okay? That's what ONPASSIVE is talking about, except we're talking about technology and talking about digital automation. Right? That is fantastic. Okay? That is a license to print money. Right? And that's why there's some out there that don't want to see it happen, because they don't want you to make money. They don't want you to help uplift humanity. They don't want you to go out there and help your community. They don't. Because when your community is in shambles, there's more money to be made. Right? There's more money to be made, folks. So you have to think, does your government really want you to succeed in life? They don't. Okay? They don't. You understand? They tell you that there's war on crime and there's war on drugs and war. Come on now. You think if they really wanted to help your community, they couldn't get rid of the drugs in your community? If they really wanted to help your community, they couldn't get rid of all the gang violence? If they really wanted to help, you don't think so? If they really wanted to help, you don't think that they'll be able to provide good food, healthy food for you? If they really wanted to help you? You understand, folks? All that stuff is just nonsense. That's why we talk about the corruption. All it is about making money. How can we make more money out of you? They don't care whether you're rich, whether you're affluent, whether you're middle class, poor. It doesn't matter. How can we pull more money out of your pocket? That's all society cares about, right? But not about actually helping you, right? So the bottom line is, here's a company that says, hey, we care about you. We actually want to help you. Yes, it's going to be difficult. Yes, we're going to have to go through some trials. Yes, there's going to be some obstacles. But guess what? We are willing to pay the price. We are willing to push through, drive through, do what we need to do, because what we have is real. What we have is going to change your life. You may not believe it, but even if you don't believe it, we're still going to change your life, because it doesn't matter even when it comes to your belief. As long as you're in, as long as you follow the steps, as long as you do what you need to do to activate, etc., you're going to win anyways, even if you don't believe. You understand, folks? That's what we have in ONPASSIVE. So when we think of the potential, when we think of all these different products that I mentioned, right? When we think of them, the old academies and the old staff and all of this stuff, when we think of all that is there and the market potential, how do we know the market potential? Because we look at what's there already in the market. When we're looking at Zoom and we're looking at GoToWebinar and Skype and all these other video conference and meeting platforms, when we look at them, we can see what the marketplace is like. You understand, folks? That's how we'll come up with these numbers. We're not just picking a random number out of thin air. You understand? That's how we come up with them. And so we know what is out there in the marketplace. So based upon that, yes, all that ONPASSIVE is putting together far exceed 400 billion with the B dollars. Can you imagine you just getting a little piece of that? Just a little piece. It doesn't have to even be 1%, right? What if it's 0.1%? That's going to make you wealthy. Think about that, right? Think about there's 1.4 million account holders right now in ONPASSIVE, right? How many customers does each account holder require for them to become wealthy? Think about that. And when you take that and put it together, does that number make sense? Is it possible for ONPASSIVE to generate that type of revenue and pay out that type of commission for that to be true? And the answer is a resounding yes. Yes, folks, if you just have 50 customers, 100 customers, that's it, 100 customers, that's it. Think about that, right? Think about what's possible. Is it possible to generate $10 per sale of a product in ONPASSIVE? Is that possible? Right? Think of all the products combined. Let's say your customer purchased 3 products. Is it possible that, keeping it really, 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 really low, the 3 products combined can produce $10 a month in commissions for you? Is that possible? Is that realistic? Or is this some pie in the sky number I'm throwing out there? Think about that, folks, right? So if you have 50 customers, I can close my eyes and generate 50 customers by tomorrow. It's not that difficult, folks. And the beauty is, it doesn't depend upon your talent. Can we not produce software that can do this? Of course we can. Can other companies produce software that? Of course they can. They just choose not to. You may be involved in a company right now. What is that company doing to help you? Nothing. They just says, hey, here's a replicated website, and you know how to go buy the product, so good luck. That's it. That's all they do for you. How is that going to help you? That has been proven time and time again to make most people fail. Some make money, but the majority fail. It's no different than a lottery. Okay? Why do you think lotteries are so successful? Not successful for you. It's successful for whoever owns the lottery. Because people will buy and buy and buy and buy, even though the odds of win is 1 in 30-something million or whatever, right? People still go buy. Because guess what? Somebody will win. Maybe in a year, maybe 12 winners, as far as the jackpot is concerned. Maybe you have 12 winners. Like, seriously, folks, you think that is successful? If you have 12 people, if one person win each month, that's 12 months in a year. So you have 12 winners. How many people are playing? It's not 20 people are playing. That would be pretty good. That's not the case. You're talking about millions upon millions of people that are playing the lottery every single month, and probably one winner. Sometimes a whole month and no winner, depending on the lottery. You understand, folks? Right? ONPASSIVE is not a lottery. ONPASSIVE says you're in, you're going to win. It's as simple as that. So it's better than the lottery, in other words, because they're giving you a real business. A real business. And it's very difficult, folks, for you to succeed in life by being an employee when you're exchanging that time, 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week, and you do that for 40 years. Go check the stats. The numbers are out there. When people retire, most people, when they retire at age 65, they have nothing. They haven't even paid off their mortgage yet if they have a home. And not everybody have a home at age 65. How much money do you have in the bank? Less than $30,000. If you're 65 right now, ask yourself, how much money do you have in the bank right now? If you know people that are 65, maybe your parents, right? Depending on your age, right? Ask them how much money they actually have in the bank right now. I guarantee you it's less than 30,000. Folks, that is real talk, right? You want to have a fireside chat? This is a fireside chat. This is real talk. The bottom line is you need help. I need help. We need help. ONPASSIVE says we're going to help you. And so I'm willing to wait for that help. I'm willing to wait for that help. ONPASSIVE has saved me thousands of dollars over the past 5+ years because I didn't take that money and put it into this and that and this and that and this and that, only to lose it, lose it, lose it, lose it. We know people who have lost thousands of dollars over the past 5 years. Thousands. Not $100, not a few $100s. Thousands of dollars, 20,000, 30,000 and more in the past 5+ years because they're chasing this and chasing that and chasing this and chasing that. And it's all nonsense. All that pretty stuff, that Chinese stuff is just to pull more money from your pocket. Understand, ONPASSIVE is here to stay. ONPASSIVE is your last stop. The only stop you need, a single stop. That's all you need, folks. So whether you believe it or not, it's going to happen. Okay? If it doesn't happen this month, next month, the month after, it's not important as long as it happens. That's the most important thing because it's not just for you, but it's for your children, for your children's children. We talk about generational wealth. That's what ONPASSIVE is about. ONPASSIVE isn't about, oh, we got green light, I'm a gazillionaire the next day. That's not ONPASSIVE. That's not real, folks. So even the payment processor is working, commissions are flowing. It doesn't mean that tomorrow you jump up and you're a millionaire. It doesn't mean that. That's not real, okay? That isn't real. What is real is that it's a process. It's a gradual process, okay? All of a sudden you have 1 customer, then you have 5 customers, then you have 10 customers. You understand? It's a gradual process, right? And as more and more customers you get, is the more and more commissions you'll make. It is simple, folks, okay? It's not some rocket scientist thing. It's not that mumbo jumbo nonsense, okay? It is a real business because there's real people involved, there's real products involved, and we are going to make a difference out there. Starting with you, starting with your home, starting with your family, and then we expand beyond that. That's what ONPASSIVE is about. And that's why I'm always excited about this business because it's not just about me. Sure, I want to be successful. Of course, I wouldn't be here if I didn't, right? But I also want to see every single one of us, every single person that I've invited into ONPASSIVE, I want to see every single one of them succeed, period. Because that's what it's about. Because I don't need anyone in order for me to succeed in ONPASSIVE. I don't. How do I succeed in ONPASSIVE? By getting customers, customers, customers. So I don't need my mother to join me, my father to join me, my cousin to join me, my sister. Don't need them to join me. If everyone said no, 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 that's fine. Because guess what? It's all about those to come. It's not those that are in right now. It's about those to come, the hundreds of millions of customers to come. So if you're in ONPASSIVE right now and you've never invited anyone at all, it's okay. It is okay. You're going to be okay. Well, how is that going to be possible? If you understand what I just explained, right? You have everything set up. You got the targeted traffic. The traffic is coming from. That's not people that you know right now that's in ONPASSIVE. The traffic that we're talking about is external. Okay? We're talking about the public. We're talking about people out there who want to have an internet presence, people out there who want to do online learning, people out there who want to do video conferencing. That's what we're talking about. Those individuals will come to ONPASSIVE and they will purchase what we have. It's simple, folks. It really is. Do not complicate this business because it's very, very simple. It is not easy. Business isn't easy. If it was easy, then all of us would have been successful already. Okay, it takes skills, it takes resources, it takes contacts, and so on and so forth. It takes a lot. But thank God our company says that we will do the heavy lifting. That's what ONPASSIVE says. We will create all this. We will infuse with the latest AI technology. We will make sure it works for you. It's working for you, right? So when I sit back and I look at my grass, oh, wow, grass looks nice. Okay, that's because I paid somebody to go cut it. You understand? That's what, because if I was out there cutting it, it wouldn't look nice, right? What do I know about fertilization and, you know what I mean, and killing weeds and all? I know nothing about that stuff, but I can pay a company and they can sort all that out. If I got grubs inside there, they'll deal with the grubs. You understand? They'll make that lawn look nice and pretty. And I'm like, yes, I like how that looks because I paid for it. So if I have my business and I know the lifeblood of any business is traffic, targeted traffic, hey, I just go buy it. I buy it today, I buy it tomorrow, I buy it next week. I just keep buying targeted traffic and I will succeed. There are people online right now that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month buying targeted traffic, and that's how they make their money. Okay, most people don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay. You understand? Don't. But there are some folks who do, and that's how they make their living on the internet. It's not rocket science, folks. It is simple principles that are there from the beginning of time. Okay, I want to sell something. I need to expose it to people that want to buy what I have to sell. Isn't that a simple principle? Right? I can't expose what I want trying to sell to people who don't want it. I can't take my product and say, hey, Mr. Pig, come buy my products. Right? What do you think the pig is going to do? Right? Pig ain't gonna come buy. I can't take my products and put it in front of somebody who has no money. How are they going to buy my products? They have no money, right? I can't take I could have the best product in the world, but if I'm putting it in front of the wrong people, I'm not going to make any money, no matter how good the product is. You understand, folks? Right? ONPASSIVE says we will provide the targeted traffic, right? We will provide it. So it's a complete loop. It's a closed loop. And that's how we win. So yes, Dr. Benny, brag about your company because we have what every single person out there need. We have what's going to make people win. Sure, people are going to look and say, oh, but it's been 5+ years. Oh, why is it taking so long? Blah, 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 blah. Right? That's just noise. It's just noise. Ignore the noise. They have their own agenda. Ignore the noise. Just understand what you have. And if you understand what you have, no one can move you. No one can make you change your mind. No one can make you lose hope. No one can, because that person who's coming with the noise, they have nothing for you.
Yeah.
It's not like they're coming to you and says, hey, you know what? I know you're in ONPASSIVE. It's bad. Here is something that's good. Here you go. You're going to win with this. They don't. Because trust me, if they provide you with something else, it's just something else that's going to make you lose money. Chances are. I'm not saying there's nothing good out there. I'm just saying chances are that's what's going to happen. The probability, you understand me? That's what's going to happen, right? The bottom line is we know what we have and we're excited about it. And we are taking this to another top because that's what we do in ONPASSIVE. Thank you so much for having me. Have yourself a great day. I am gone.
Oh, no, you have the right to go.
Nailed it. You nailed it.
If you are not fired up, I don't know you're wired up. But thank you, Brother Michael. I've gotten my dose for the month. I think this is going to keep me on the high cloud 9 till we see you again in June. Thank you. We're all in it to win it. I'm not going to try to say anything because I'll water it down. You said it all. Thank you for coming. Wow. my video somehow is not showing. You could have seen me blowing the kisses in the air. I don't know why the video is not showing again. Wow. Wow. Wow.
So can I leave now? Wow.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Michael. Have a wonderful day.
Brother Michael. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.